the Rapoo VT3S V2, a pretty decent Ergo mouse. It is hard to find something that fits your hand like a glove, and I discovered my ideal shape through this mouse. Unfortunately, I can only love this mouse for its shape. The version I bought was a non-max version that comes with a 3398 sensor Omron switch, a TTC Go encoder, an estimated battery of 800 mAh, with two modes of connection, wired or dongle. It weighs 56 grams. The dongle holder at the bottom of the mouse is secured by magnets. This is actually pretty innovative, as you can swap the dongle cover with the wireless charging module, which it comes free with purchase. But do take note that the wireless charging module will add additional like 1 gram, 1 or 2 gram. Aside from that, there's nothing else too special about the bottom of the mouse. That's the DPI switcher and the on-off switch. Mouse 1 and Mouse 2 were very satisfying to click, as expected from Omron. The side buttons were fine, but it felt a little too easy to click. However, since there were no overt recess issues, these buttons were passable. The middle click, however, was slightly tough to press. That stark contrast with other buttons felt as if I'm clicking on a different mouse. The scrolling experience was also not the best. Each knot had very little resistance, turning the overall scrolling experience into somewhat a mushy one. The shell of the mouse perhaps was its biggest weakness. Of all places, it creaks at the thumb rest area, and it is really sensitive to pressure. A slight touch to the surface and you can immediately feel the creaking. The coating on this mouse is a plus point. It's quite similar to the ATK A9 coating. It is resistant to fingerprints and is very grippy. Rapoo claims that this mouse can last 500 hours of usage, but nowhere in their marketing material mention anything about the battery capacity. You can only spot the indication in the label below the dongle hatched, and oddly enough, it says 350 mAh. But according to another creator who did a teardown, the battery capacity was 800 mAh. And according to my own test, I was using it across 4 days or so, with an estimated minimum of 50 hours. The mouse shows that it has 73% battery remaining. Honestly, I'm not too concerned over the exact hours of battery runtime, but I'm pretty sure this mouse can last over 2 weeks of usage. Next was the connection and software. As mentioned earlier, this mouse has only wire and dongle connections. It comes with 8K dongle with no Bluetooth. Nothing special about the dongle, but to my surprise, the software is web-based and is pretty intuitive. Most of the settings of what you need can easily be navigated without issues, and they're quite clearly indicated too. So in 2025, I had quite a number of Ergo Mouse released so far, especially from the Chinese market. I can tell that Rapoo is trying to innovate with wireless charging modules and web-based software. However, amongst the competition, I find it hard to recommend this mouse unless they improve their QC process and perhaps enable Bluetooth somehow. I would rate this mouse a 6 out of 10. Other alternatives includes the ATK-Z1 or the RAWM ER21, which I'll be reviewing very soon. Okay, so that's my 3 minutes review. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.